Hello everyone, welcome to Learn with Erola. Today, the class number 101, so we are going to learn about the one root word along with a couple of examples. The first root word we are going to learn today is BENE, B-E-N-E, is a Latin word for meaning is well. So in other language also this word exists. In Spanish it's Bruno, it's French it's bon, and Italian it's just Bene. Let me take an example one. Benediction. So the meaning of the word is a prayer that asks for God's blessing, especially a prayer that concludes a worship service. So let me understand the word benediction. So before itself we understood the word bene. It's a root we understood. So what is diction? The Latin word diction meaning speaking. So the words become something like well-wishing. Perhaps the best known benediction is the so-called benediction from the Bible, which begins, "May the Lord bless you and keep you." An important section of the Catholic Mass was traditionally known as Benedictus, after its first word meaning blessed. It was Saint Benedict who organized the first Christian monasteries. Many Christians have been baptized Benedict in his honor, and 16 popes have taken their papal name. This is the first word we have learned just now, benediction. And the second word we're going to learn about the root word bene is benefactor. Benefactor, someone who helps another person or group, especially by giving money. This is the meaning of the benefactor. So let me give an example to understand the meaning of benefactor. An anonymous benefactor has given 10 millions to establish an ecological institute at the university. Let me repeat. What is the meaning of the benefactor? Someone who helps another person or a group, especially by giving money. The example goes like this. An anonymous benefactor had given 15 millions to establish an ecological institute at the university. Let make you understand the word benefactor. It involves in almost any field. One may endure a scholarship fund, another may give money to expand a library, still another may leave generous sum to the hospital in her will. The famous benefaction of John D. Rockefeller includes the gifts that established the University of Chicago, the Rockefeller Foundation, and the Rockefeller University. Many benefactors are reported that the giving away their money turned out to be the most rewarding something they ever did. This is the second one we have learned today from the root BENE, B-E-N-E. Let me dive into the third word with the same root, beneficiary. Beneficiary, a person or organization that benefits or is expected to benefit from something, especially one that receives money or property when someone dies. Let me give an example for that. Living in a trailer in near poverty, she received a word in the mail that her father had died, naming her as the sole beneficiary of his life insurance policy. Let us understand the word beneficiary. Beneficiary is often used in connection with the life insurance, but it shows up in many other contexts as well. A college may be the beneficiary of the private donation. Your uncles will make a church his sole beneficiary, in which case all his money and property will go to it when he dies. A third part beneficiary of the contract is a person, often a child. In a more general way, a small businesses may be beneficiary of changes to the tax code, or a restaurant may be beneficiary when the one crosses the street closes down and its whole lunch crowd starts coming in. So let me dive into the third word, benevolence. The meaning is kindness and generosity. Let me give the example. In those financial desperate years, the young couple was saved only by the benevolence of her elderly great uncle. The part of benevolence comes from the Latin root meaning wish. The novels from Charles Dickens often include the benevolent figure who rescued the main characters at some point. Oliver Twist, Abel Magwitch in the David Copperfield. To be benevolent, it helps to have money, but it's not necessary. Kind assistance or non-financial sort may turn out to be life-saving benevolence as well. So, the meaning of benevolence is kindness. So we have learned 3-4 words from the root BENE today. So let me wrap up what we have discussed in a short audio podcast. BENE, BENE, is a Latin root word for meaning is wealth. The first root word using this root word, we have learned the word benediction. The meaning is a prayer that asks for God's blessing, especially a prayer that concludes a worship service. So here another root word we encounter is diction. It's a Latin root word. Diction is speaking. Okay? And the second word we have learned using the root word BENE is benefactor. The meaning is someone who helps another person or group, especially by giving money. And the third word we have learned using the same root word BENE is beneficiary. A person or organization that benefits are expected to benefit from something, especially one that receives money or property when someone dies. And the fourth word we have learned from the same root word BENE is benevolence, kindness, generosity. Thank you.